in the face.
Got it.
You should hear that on mic when Sarah
the
swings the
D-pad.
mic directly in her mouth.
Why not? Every now and then we'll hear a good
Yeah.
from somebody who just kind of wangs it into something. You're like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, it happens.
It does.
These
It
are
does
the
indeed.
on-site injuries we get working for the D-pad.
OSHA hates
we have
us.
workman's comp for, right? Yeah.
No, workman's comp is an ice cube and a kiss on the cheek.
I should point out the hill that we saw for about 1.2 nanoseconds at the start of this.
Nope, fuck that shit.
In the background
That's
was like
for
a
lamos.
technologized version of the hill things that are in the background in Kirby's Adventure.
Oh.
Those ones right there. You see a bunch of those in Kirby's Adventure. I think maybe Kirby's Dream Land also.
Ben and I don't have to give a shit about your level
Yeah, holy
design.
shit.
All these non-flying...
Fuck your level design.
Once again, all the non-flying enemies charged with guarding this section just
Yeah, they're
look
like, I can't fly.
60 feet up into the air and Meta Knight's flying by
I've got a
30.
wicker basket full of tomatoes. I don't know. What the fuck?
They gave me one spear.
I throw it, but then I don't know what's it. I missed and it hit a car.
Yeah.
And the car kept driving.
Or dudes being like, I'm mounted to the ground.
Yeah, I can't move my feet. No one told me he was gonna fly.
I like that you gave a sleep one punch to the ass and
Get
then
out of
ran
my way.
away as quick
Wake up,
as-
bitch!
This ain't no place to sleep, motherfucker.
Oh god, who we got now? Is it King Do? Kibble
Kibble Blade.
Kibble Blade 2.0. Do we posit all all of these mid-bosses?
These are not.
These, I think we've also seen all of them before.
Because these are just the techno
Well, the 2.0s
powers.
are for, I believe, are for Meta Knights. Meta Knight Returns.
Get fucked.
I think. I could be wrong on that, but I think the 2.0s are Meta Knight Returns.
Scrub.
Oh, to kind of like finish, I guess, answering the question from earlier. Usually 1.0 is indicative of like what is the minimum minimum viable product? Is that what the V is usually for?
Yeah, minimum viable product
Yeah.
is what that V is for.
Like, it's not necessarily your original set of here's what will be in the product, but it's at least you going.
It's your first time going live
Yeah.
sometimes.
A lot of a lot of times it is the first time that it is public.
Oh, sorry, my brain was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Sorry,
and I remembered,
1.0.
yes,
Yeah.
releases. I'm still actually very curious.
It's
'cause
not like so.
Everybody decides to do it differently. Some people specifically try to save the 1.0 for the first going live thing.
Sometimes there's an open beta or a closed beta that's usually for like close to release.
Because yeah, you've
stuff.
got like back in the day, Counter-Strike 1.0 was release Counter-Strike. It was when it first existed, and then 1.5, 1.6 were patches later on.
Yeah.
But you bought the game in the 1.0 state.
The general
and
idea.
that's what I mean. Sometimes it's people would have developed that using like 0.1 and 0.2 kind of style
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
So like
when they
it's not
started
always
development.
Yeah, it's not always super formalized internally like that. So what you'll wind up with is usually
Depends,
some
right?
Yeah, you'll have some combination of three numbers. You'll have a version, which is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You'll usually have a subversion, which is like 1.0, 1.2, 1.8, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's usually so it's major minor is usually
major
how I've
minor.
heard it referred to.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially since subversion is a very like easy to confuse word in the first
Subversion
place.
is its own word.
And then if you, sometimes
Major,
there-
minor, and bug fix is usually.
I've heard bug. I've heard just build number sometimes
that too. Some people
It
do
depends
major,
on-
minor, bug fix, and build number.
Yeah, it really depends on like that
Depends
comes
on
down
what
more
you
to choice
decide
and
to.
hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, by that I mean it's like you'll have 1.2.13.
Yeah.
0.178654 because
That's just the bug fix from that week or something.
Yeah, either that's the bug fix or that was the
Come back,
build that
Blocky.
it was or whatever.
Yeah. Some like a lot of times
That's
they'll
very
use
just shop dependent, whatever you've decided
Yeah.
internally.
a lot of times they'll use like 2-digit year number and then 2-digit week number or something like that as
That's
like
a
a quick
common
little
one.
shorthand.
Yeah, because then you know when it happened.
Time-based
Exactly,
releases.
Yeah, instead of having to look up like when was 17865,
Right.
you're like, okay, that was the release from 2 weeks ago. I know this.
It used to make sense to me a lot more, especially in the realm of video games, which is largely why I ask right off the bat.
Yep.
But with early access stuff on Steam, some people are very explicit where they're like, this is version 0.6. Like,
Yeah.
this is early access, and it is super not built.
Yeah, 0.3, beware.
Yeah. And then there are people who are like, we're on version 13, and it almost has that mechanically promised.
If
And
they
it's like,
just go
what?
with a number, like just one number on its own, more often than not, that's kind of just shorthand minor version updates.
Mm-hmm.
or
like-
they're just not making any distinction between major and minor, and they're
like
just,
this is release
not
1,
super
release
formal.
2, release 3.
yeah,
Those numbers-
sometimes, right? It depends.
Yeah, those numbers usually mean they're not doing. So there's a release structure called CICD, which is
Continuous integration, continuous development.
exactly, yes, and that usually means that like new releases are done on a regular
pen
schedule.
and paper. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a whole.
I
It's about agile and sprint next.
This
if
shit
you
is
want.
literally what me and Sarah do.
Yeah, I know. I
for a
asked the right
living,
people,
so-
which is why I was like, oh, this will be interesting. But okay, continuous integrated.
Continuous integration, continuous development.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
technically two separate things, but they're part of one like formal structurization.
It's kind of what I've
thing.
done a lot to a certain extent. Basically, the concept is simple. So when you have code, right, you need to test it to make sure it works the way you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea behind continuous integration, continuous development is you have automated testing set up so that you basically, a developer makes the change they want, they commit that change, it then kicks off automated builds, then automated tests on those builds.
To make sure you have no
To make
fatal
sure you
errors.
have no fatal
and-
errors, exactly. And then it automatically would deploy it to, in theory, when you're in a fully developed system, a production environment.
Yeah.
More frequently, some type of QA or test environment is far more, likely.
That build is then like known and used. Get back here, motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's usually tagged in some way, like we were talking about with those release numbers, right? Sometimes internally, right, that'll be tagged with like whatever your development branch is, or whatever bug fix you're working on, right? Like.
And then basically once it's cleared all of the necessary hurdles, it can QA tested and everyone's happy with it on a fixed schedule. Generally, like a lot of places will do either every 1 or 2 weeks is a pretty common time for that. They will then somebody will then sit down and deploy. I was like, what the hell's
I'm
the
just,
word?
in theory, with continuous integration,
can be done
continuous deployment,
automatically, yeah.
you get all the way to everything is automated in my testing,
true.
and I can just it will just automatically deploy to prod.
Yeah.
Most places don't usually get all the way there, just because people like to have
Just
like a
one last
hands-on
human
test,
element.
right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like
So there's
there's
some stuff that's hard to automate for testing
Exactly,
too.
yeah.
There's a difference in the development structure approach where it's like, are we doing builds every week? Like, do we want a weekly build and that's how we're doing it? Or is it just like you made changes and you improved, then just that's the new build right away?
Basically,
This is a very place-to-place dependent kind of decision.
The two main schools of thought are either like a CICD, like
whenever a change happens.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's like a scheduled release structure or a feature release structure where it's like whenever it's done, then we push it. But until then, no real releases happen.
Okay.
But there's usually attempts to be a vague, monthly,
at least regular bug fixes.
Regular, yeah.
Oh, is this one of those weird spinning around the...
What is that for? Is that going to take us back?
No, you go up.
I don't have to walk, bitch.
That was
Meta Knight.
kind of silly.
Yeah. The first one of those you did, you had to run up it, I think. But
Yeah.
I think that one literally was there. It was like, all right, you don't have to worry about it.
Very strange.
Well, hopefully everybody got something out of that in the audience.
Yeah.
I learned a lot, actually, so it was just for me.
This was Learning Corner.
Yeah. I mean, talk about something sometimes when you're
Yeah.
just hammering through Meta Knight levels.
I guess if we have
Meta Knight's
another
just
quick
a boss
second
like
here,
this.
the general distinction between those four things, since we got a minute.
Yeah,
the
we got
major,
time.
So the major version updates usually come with like a new major feature, like
Yeah.
some new element that wasn't there before
A
at all.
large change, basically.
So, for example, Star Allies, Kirby Star Allies, when we come back around to that, they added an entire second game mode since the first time we played it. That would definitely qualify as a major version update.
Okay.
Minor version updates are usually like, hey, we added this cool new thing to an existing feature.
Or, yeah.
So, like, for example, I guess I can use another Kirby example. I think, I guess not. Okay, so the special partners in Star Allies, they added some of those, over time.
You're talking like Gooey and...
Gooey and...
Rick?
So they were in there to start.
Oh.
I'm like blanking all of a sudden on our spider buddy from one of the recent Kirby games we did. Oh my god, my brain is blank. But basically,
I don't know, yeah.
they added new characters you could play as. Like you could make an argument for that being a major a major version, but it's probably more of a minor version compared to
structurally
adding whole
the game is the
modes.
same.
Yeah, no, I would argue that's a minor version. You're just adding another character.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you've got your other two, which are either bug fixes, which would literally be anytime like a set of patches go out to fix problems, that'd be a bug fix. And then the build numbers might be even more minor than that. Like they could literally be, I kind of want to tweak this UI just a little bit.
Or
like it's not really a bug. It's
we
just
had a typo.
A lot of the time, I find that build numbers aren't a separate release at all. They're just, oh shit, I didn't want to take that.
Yeah, that's bad.
A lot of times they're not. They're usually more internal.
They're just it's just for keeping track of which build people actually have. So you're like, hey, you know.
Yep. I don't think I've worked at anywhere that have used both bug fix and build number. And a lot of times, like the place I've worked, if they use them at all, which in the web world they really don't use it all that much.
It's more of an application thing.
Yeah.
It's a general rule.
But yeah, a lot of places will just kind of merge them together, or they'll just use the build number, and the bug fix will just be applied on a given date. Like each day they'll like apply that day's patch, and then okay, this one's been cleared for release, so it's going to be version 2.1. 2018, like 2043 or something.
Okay.
That's just what the version number is. Or vice versa. They will just go with the internal bug fix numbers instead, and it'll be like version 2.1.73, even though the last one was 2.1.64 or something.
It's sounding like there's no hard and fast rules necessarily. It's,
really not.
It's guidance and
it's very much up to the
Everybody
company
makes
and
their own
whoever's there.
decision,
And,
yeah.
Sometimes it's just simple preference, and sometimes it's just like one of them will fit kind of your company structure a little bit more.
Also, I do have to comment, by the way, the soundtrack in here is pretty rad.
All of it up until this one. I was about to comment that this song in particular is like...
I like this. It doesn't quite fit the, this is a train thing.
Yeah.
But I like how, industrial and weird it is.
Okay.
Well,
This
now we're
is a
back to a
boss
classic
theme.
theme, yeah. Or a remix of a classic
Or it sounded
theme.
like a boss. Yeah, it sounded like a boss theme from Kirby 64 for a second.
Let me in.
Oh, actually, it sounds like it's Dedede's theme.
Yeah, in the beginning of it was like the bow, 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 like kind of that.
Yeah. Boop.
What? Oh, I thought that was going down.
Nope, there's going up.
Oops.
It's the first time I've actually done that.
Yeah, I think so.
For a second, I was like, "Oh, what secret is down there?" Oh, the secret.
Actually, this song.
Oh, fuck.
This one is from Kirby's Dream Course, I think. This might actually be the credits theme.
I don't recognize this one as it must not be like a.
Oh no, I think it's the map theme from Kirby's Dream Course. And we're back to the intense
Back
stuff
to
again.
industrial.
It's hilarious because in Meta Knightmare Returns, you're seamlessly going through level after level as one long string.
Mm-hmm.
Most levels have one or two themes in them, and in this one it's just throw them all in there.
Yeah, this
Fuck
room
it.
is different.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he gets gogglies when he goes in the
He
water.
does. I think all of them do.
Gotta
I think
protect your eye slits, man.
Yeah.
I think in Star Allies and Return to Dreamland, Dedede and Waddle Dee do too.
I remember Dedede having, I think, an inner tube as well, which was kind of cute.
Yes, yeah. I think all of them do if they're on the surface. I think if you're floating on the surface, you'll have an inner tube.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty standard
Dedede might keep
Kirby
his though.
thing.
Also, I'm doubling down on this. I want the last Smash Ultimate Fighter to be Bandana Waddle Dee.
It would be so sick.
It
You
feels
can want
like,
it all you want. I don't know if that
know.
makes it likely, my love.
I know, but it feels like the appropriate closure to this whole thing with HAL and all
Well, it's
that.
a Kirby property, technically.
Yeah,
you
it absolutely is. More so than the others. Smash Ultimate, the main story mode has you specifically start as Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby is the savior of the universe
Yep.
in
He
Smash
always
Ultimate.
is.
He is the one and only playable character at the start of the game in World of Light, anyway.
Which I thought was so fun.
That was cool.
I love being forced in World of Light to be like, oh my God, who am I gonna
Yeah.
fucking use? Kirby, or do I use
Yep, it's nope. Until you
who
get,
else?
I think Mario is the first person you free, and it's until you get Mario, you're playing as Kirby.
Yep. And even then, for me, it's like, oh God, I want to play as Mario.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to try.
I
You get Samus and then you beat the game with no problem because he's the best character.
my ideal
You just man up
version.
and curb it, baby.
My ideal version of a single player campaign in Smash Brothers would be some fusion of what they did with World of Light and the Subspace Emissary, where there is a story to it that's more than here is your chapter checkpoint
Well, they were like eventually
Ooh,
profitable. Eventually in Subspace, you got to the point where you had multiple threads going on, where like Pikachu and Samus are escaping together.
Yep.
I think, and then like, you know, you cut back to this other group of people who are doing something, and I think that'd be neat. Or being like, here's the 6 starting characters that you can have for it.
Yeah.
Keep it so it's not everybody is available, but like, you know, choose 6.
They could do it Sonic Adventure style. You could wind up with like, all right, so you've got the classic 8, and they all start out in different ways, and eventually, like, they all have their separate little storylines with other characters, and they all converge at a certain point. Whoa!
Dedede Clone 2.0. It has the look and voice of King Dedede, but not his soul.
Oh, God.
Some things can't be cloned.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
shit. Some of the trial models were only interested in food. Some were fearful of a certain insect, and all were imperfect.
Some were fearful of a certain insect. Is that supposed to be
A reference to the Queen Wasp thing from that other game?
from
For the spider?
Triple Deluxe?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, because like she fucked up the Halberd and Dedede's castle, didn't she?
Yeah, and then like mind controlled people, if I'm not mistaken,
I
right?
think so. Oh my god, it's been so long. We spent so long getting into. Oof.
It does some, but not much damage.
Oh, was that Galaxy Darkness?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was Meta Nightmares, and I'm like, holy shit, that should be doing a lot
not too
more.
impressive. Oh wow, he's maybe in some sort of strength phase. Oh no, his back.
No, that's just a
takes
thing
more
Dedede
damage.
does. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, that's right. There's 3 of them. Yeah. I think you can actually pause again.
Oh, are they different?
Oh, nope. Okay. I thought that it had a different description there. I know for the Holo Defense API, they each of the phases has different stuff.
This reminds me of Yellow Devil from Mega Man 11.
Right?
A bunch of things doing like the same act in sequence.
Okay. I was like, did that not hit them separately? Okay.
They should be tinier. Are they tinier?
They look a little
I
smaller.
think they are tinier.
They look a little tinier, maybe?
Yeah,
You're
they're more
almost
my
there, though.
size now.
I guess that's true, yeah. They're also moving a little more independently, too. Before, they were definitely working, like, in tandem.
Yeah.
All right. This is getting chaotic. Oh, this will be good. Because the hope would be that you could hit them all individually, right? How is there another phase here?
Why are they not smaller?
They're like micro
Oh,
babies.
'cause they have one hit
they're-
apiece.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
Okay. It would have been funnier if you just kept fighting them. They got smaller and smaller.
Yeah, right? I was like, oh, sorry,
Dun,
Coach.
dun.
Sorry. I didn't mean to poke
This
you.
will have its own description for sure. Dedede Clones and D3 2.0.
This tri-dimensional cannon is extremely expensive, costing a whopping 4 times more than a Mecha Knight.
Oh God.
However, it's still much cheaper than Haltmann's executive suite, which is made of pure
Suit.
gold. Oh, suit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I read that
I read
whole
completely
suite
suite
made
as
of
wrong.
gold
well.
is like,
Yeah.
holy
Okay,
shit.
thank you. I'm glad I wasn't the only one that saw
Whoa.
that.
No, I would have expected it to be like the executive suite itself is like a room out of gold.
Right?
You're gonna. Oh, there you go.
There
Now
we
come
go.
to play.
Oh, that's right. I think we even commented on this cannon looks a lot like the cannon on the Halberd from Superstar.
Oh yeah. See, they should
The
have
main
added.
gun, anyway.
They should have added more little machine guns to that cannon.
Oh man,
This
machine
is
guns
gonna
would have
be a pain
given
in the
Meta Knight
ass.
a much better time. God damn, yeah, this one's gonna be not great.
It's just a long fight. It looks like.
That's what I mean. I'm just going to have to wait for him to come back into the center is the problem.
Whoop.
The fire didn't seem to be burning you so much as not doing
Yeah.
anything.
Here we go. Yeah, this is definitely your. Oh, you want to heal?
I know
okay.
what I'm doing.
We got plenty of health.
Oh, cool. I was like, 'cause I don't know what's gonna happen if that cannon gets you. What the fuck?
Oh God. Oh.
Okay.
Well, it's cool that they designed bombs that have an explosive radius smaller
It's
than
like I
the
can only hit him
size
when
of the
he's on
bomb.
the correct line.
That is the annoying part. Do that move again, man. That was excellent for us.
This is some wild shit.
Come on, just get.
You're so close.
I just need him to stay still for like
There
a.
you go.
Ah!
I like the design
Fuck.
of that boss. I just kind of wish that you could also change.
Yeah, let me chase him around the circle. Something.
Yeah.
Them, I guess, because all of them.
Bye.
There goes like, are they not going to blow up? DDD.
Yeah, that's cute. Meta Knight! Meta Knight for life.
Somebody with style decided to add fireworks to the destruction sequence on that.
All right, well, let's come back next time, and we can head to World 6.
Level
Oh
6,
my
baby.
goodness.
See you.